Welcome to the CMO Spotlight, and I am so excited to have Don McGuire, who's the EVP and Chief Marketing Officer for Qualcomm.
Just don't be afraid of opportunity, especially when you're starting out. There's a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncertainty. Just realize that your first job is not going to be your last job. Get some experience, dive in, right? Get the process started. And then also just always be in control of your destiny. Don't let someone else control where you go, what career paths you may want to choose or not choose. If you stay in control of your destiny, I think you can stay true to yourself and you can kind of get where you want to go. Sometimes it's hard because sometimes when you get into a work environment or a job and sometimes that overwhelms, it kind of takes over your life. And then you feel like you're not in control anymore and you've got things and forces around you that are kind of manipulating your thoughts and your ideas because, especially at big companies, the goal for the company is to sort of keep you doing what they want you to do. Oftentimes, that may not be what you want. Every generation has challenges and opportunities, but Gen Z is so unafraid, right, of charting their own path because there's never been more options, for someone to earn a living and to make a career for themselves. The shared economy didn't exist. They've really embraced that and entrepreneurship in ways that we never, we were like, got to get a job, got to go work for a company, got to get stability. Those were the things that we focused on. And I think this generation is all about exploring what they really love to do and their passions and then finding a way to make a living at it. And so it's pretty cool. And, like I said, I'm a little envious, but that's, even in that environment, still, be in control of your destiny and don't be afraid to see opportunity as opportunity. I've been told by especially people close to me that they're envious of my ability to compartmentalize. If you can sort your thoughts and sort your emotions and sort your reactions to things into buckets, right? And avoid sort of crossover, which kind of can get you in trouble or can be dangerous sometimes. And if you can actually compartmentalize things, you can kind of get through difficult times, or you can find a way through a challenge. It's when things get mixed together and you can't sort of separate things that, things tend to go wrong sometimes. And so, or if you're facing adversity and the ability to compartmentalize and to sort of focus through that adversity, I think is a skill that sort of can not only help you survive that adversity, but even thrive and come out on the other side of it, in a better place than you were before. And so that's sort of, something I've just been able to do. I don't know if it's from just early childhood and the experiences that I had, which sort of forced me to be able to do that or triggered that in me. But that's something that people have told me that evolved and become more important since the pandemic situation that we all lived through, right? And that is the idea of empathy. And really, from a leadership perspective, being able to really empathize with people's situation. And I think the pandemic brought out a lot of challenging situations that we hadn't experienced as a society or as individuals or as families or as colleagues. And that really sort of tested a lot of things. And I think it made empathy that much more important because you had to understand individual situations. It brought empathy back probably into the leadership sort of ecosystem where it may have sort of become less of a priority before that. I think that's one thing that I've found that has been really important. It's LVMH. I think, of course, LVMH owns a lot of brands, but Louis Vuitton specifically, I think, has done a phenomenal job. First of all, love where it comes from, love the fact that they've stayed true to their brand, but I also love the fact that they've evolved. And I think, from bringing in Virgil Abloh as their creative director and how he refreshed and rejuvenated and modernized the brand to now bringing Pharrell in, just seeing what they've been able to do and how they've stayed so relevant and so premium and so luxurious. And they haven't gone the way some other brands have for short-term gains and diluted their brand or damaged their brand, for, in lieu of financial pressure or something like that. I have a lot of respect for that brand.